Disclaimer. All topics in this video are alleged and allegedly, and they are strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Hey, everybody, do watch you. When you been doing your post about me, great job.
In part one of my interview with Latrice, we discussed her multi-million-dollar company, the things that she showed us on season 2. If you missed it, click in that description, it's there. But now, we discussed some things that needed to be cleared up. Sit back, relax, and get ready. Latrice, are you ready for part 2?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Get it.
So we got to clear this up today because this has been going on since the first season. We are about to get into the biggest feud since Little Kim and Foxy Brown.
Wait, no,
I don't even
not
think
Kim and Foxy.
Latrice, it is. It's like we don't know now from Bundlegate to the allegations about the blogger to the documentation. It's been a nonstop ride playing out on TV. Is it exhausting sometimes when y'all go through this?
Yes, it's definitely exhausting, especially when it's a one-sided beef. Like, I just want to go to a place and just be in there and just vibe out. Like, I don't have time for all this rah-rah for nothing. I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day, so I have to be careful how I act in any circumstance, any scene. And I'm a grown woman. I can't be beefing with another grown woman. I'm a grown Black successful woman. What it look like? That don't make sense to me. Like, just make it make sense. We're too grown to be back and forth beefing, arguing about nothing, especially something that's a complete lie. Like, it is what it is.
And we're going to get to the bottom of it now. For a while, we thought things were changing on episode 4 when Essie came to visit you at Goddess List and you said this, I got to say. I'm trying to shut down for the day, and I started smelling white diamonds all of a sudden. I look up and I see S with the mess. Girl, what are you doing here? Latrice. I had to rewind it like 5 times. I didn't even want to see the rest of the show.
Oh my God. Essie is really the same one. I shout out to Essie. She's really sweet.
Now, y'all had a little banter, a little back and forth with the Reeds. I thought it was cute. And then she invited you to Marie's party, which was her rebirth party, where she introduced herself as Marie Monroe and she shook that blonde wig like a Polaroid picture. You showed up to the party with Mel and Josh. You walked in and said, happy birthday. Marie replied, thank you, beautiful. It cuts to Latisha in her solo confessional, and she says, Latrice walked in and Marie actually greeted her with a smile. I mean, am I dead? It goes back to Marie saying, look at you, honey. Look at my sister. Now, at this point, I'm like, do I got the right damn show? Because you her sister. So,
okay.
This point, we thinking y'all might not be BFFs, but it's gonna get better. Now, did you and Marie know each other before Belle Collective? If you are not one of my apple pies, those are my subscribers. You better go ahead and subscribe. It's a billion, jillion, cajillion people here on YouTube, baby. You might not come across me again. Set your notifications to all. That way you'll get alerts when I upload a new video. Feel free to like, comment below, and share.
No. So the first episode, season 1, was the brunch, which was initially the pilot. And I didn't know Maria. Had never seen her a day in my life. Of course I knew Antoinette because we run in the same circle, and it was another lady there who was initially supposed to be in the cast of the show, and I knew her because, like I said, we ran in the same circle. So we're sitting there, we're, just laughing, eating, trying to get some mimosas, just having a good time. And I think Marie sat maybe like directly in front of me, still didn't know who she was. And then all of a sudden, I know Marie said, "Oh, Latrice tried to flex for the cameras." And what did she say? I said I came to her and was like, if I get out on you,
Yeah.
something like that, something to
She
that nature or
said
whatever.
before the camera started rolling for this brunch, she says to me, "If I get out on you, don't take it personal." I said, "Okay," and the cameras went to rolling. Is that true?
That is a complete lie. I was like, we weren't even talking to this lady. Like, girl, it is literally me, Antoinette, and I'm not gonna say the other lady's name that was supposed to be on the show, but we all three of us were just sitting there having just a funny conversation. Marie chimes in or whatever, and then she goes to the whole situation about the hair. Now, Jay Evans, if you said you're from Jackson, which of course I know you are. And God is Lynch. You know how hard I go for my business.
Right.
So tell me, why would I try to ruin my own business by saying that I got fucked up product?
Right.
Like, just certain stuff you just have to make sense of. And to me, for people to be like, okay, well, she did flex on Marie. Something wasn't aired. No, it was exactly how it went. Now I got pissed off when she said it, true enough, and I left because I work too damn hard for my business for somebody to sit there and try to bash it and destroy it in 2.5 seconds. Like, regardless of this show, at the end of the day, my business is what made me, and my business is what I have to go back on and what I have to rely on even after this show. So we're not gonna play those games. And even like afterwards or whatever, like after the whole brunch situation, I'm the type of person, I get over stuff so fast, and then her saying that about my hair didn't affect my business one way or another. Like, my business actually increased. Like, people trying to see, like, okay, what's up, So I had no motive, which I always tell her, girl, I don't have no motive to try to destroy you for what? Like, I have no motive. Afterwards, Tysha called me and she was like, "Hey, that was Marie. She's gonna be on the show with us." And I'm like, "Tysha, what's basically like, what's up with your girl? Like, you need to check this bitch." Regardless if the stylist switched the hair or not, because I felt like we was doing something greater together, and that we were, at that point, we didn't know whether we were gonna get picked up or not. But if we did, I'm gonna develop a relationship with these ladies. Like, we in this together. So without no receipts or nothing, I was like, okay, Tysha, tell her, I'll replace the hair. Even though, it went in the hands of whatever stylist, this and the third. Replace the hair. She came to my store. She sat there for hours. Like, we had conversations, all of that. We were super cordial. Like, which is why when the show actually got picked up, we was cordial prior to the show getting picked up. And once the show got picked up, she went back to, this hair was some bullshit. And I'm like, wait, did we just watch this? Where is energy coming from? So, I'm calling. I'm like, "Tysha, what's up with your girl now? I don't know if she's putting on for the cameras." And Tysha can tell you that this is me and her conversation because I have no reason to lie about anything. I'm like, "What's up with your girl?" She's like, "Girl, that's just Marie." So even my husband, he's like, that bitch is crazy. I'm like, "No, she putting on for the cameras. She just putting on for the cameras." Because I swear to God, Jay, we was cordial. It was no reason for, when we started filming, it was the first episode, everything went left, and I was so confused because we was good.
Yeah.
We was good. So she did that the entire season. I refused to film with her, I think midways, and then like the last episode, they was like, "You have to film with her. We gotta close it out." And that's the scene, this season one, at the last episode. That's the scene where Antoinette did her what was it? Sippancy. It was her sippancy. So we did film that together. But other than that, I was like, I'm good on her. I'm good on her, dog. Fast forward to the reunion, the season one reunion. And which is the crazy thing, Jay. We know this. He's not even a blogger. I'm gonna call him a man because he's just this person that exposes politicians. He'll expose your mama if, she,
Yeah.
whatever. But the thing is, this man, we had made a whole pact. We was like, okay, we're not gonna respond to anybody that come at us, none of this. So the first episode aired, and Marie responded to this guy. And when I say he laid her ass out, he laid her out with whatever came to him. And what came to him was information from her employees, her family. I mean, hell, he even said Cedric came to him. I don't know if you remember that or not, but I'm gonna try to get that clip. But for you to sit there, if your husband went to this guy, your family, your employees, you directing your energy to the wrong person, sis. Like, direct your energy to them. Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. You can say
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but when it comes from certain people's mouth, like if it would have came from my husband's mouth, my sister, my brother, that hits a little deep. I ain't worried about what Jay Evans told him. Jay Evans
Yeah.
can kiss my ass. Not,
Because
no
I don't
offense.
know.
But exactly. So,
Yeah.
that whole thing of like me trying to ruin your business, I was like, girl, where did that come from? Even the whole situation with Kaylin. And I think in one of the episodes, the episode with me and Essie, where it looks like I'm saying, oh yeah, I did. It looks like I'm saying that I went to the blog. No, I never went to a blogger to give him any information. He had all this information. So what they were talking about, and Kaylin, one thing I love about her is, she's blunt and she's honest, and she'll come back and tell you, yeah, that's true. So I got word that Kaylin was going to talk to the blogger,
Mm-hmm.
the guy.
The guy.
And I called Kaylin. I was like, Kaylin, are you going to talk to this blogger? And she was like, oh, and she thought Antoinette had told me that she was going to talk to the blogger, which Antoinette didn't. And I didn't clarify, or I didn't clear it up. But anyways, and Kay will tell you, me and my husband both got on the phone with her and was like, no, Kay, this is not a good idea. My husband, he was pissed about it. He was like, nah, this some bullshit, don't go talk to him, this and the third. Kaylin, she's a woman of her own. She's like, listen, I'm going to get information for the reunion. So she's still going to talk to the blogger, even though I knew that she wasn't going to get any information from him because he had already said everything that there
Yeah.
was to say. So what more information can you get? So anyways, what I did say, she's like, well, I'm still going. Basically, she was telling me, bitch, I'm still going. Do you want information? Do you still want information on Maria or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and get the information then. You know.
So
So
let
that was
me
that.
ask you this then about that. Like you said, the the stuff that the blogger was saying even before then, like I knew about the show, when y'all did the initial and then everybody was talking about it, right? Some of the stuff was already being said about her, like through employees, through different people.
Right.
Now, when he dropped case numbers, she went to Hinds County Courthouse there
I
and
remember
pulled
that.
one case. Now he had many, many cases. When she pulled that one case, it was nothing found. For me, you gave him what he wanted because he came back and said, you just pulled one. What about the other ones? So that was already a thing. Like he said something about all of y'all. None of y'all
Mm-hmm.
responded. Like you said, I felt like she maybe was pressured or she couldn't handle it. So you never got a receipt. You gave her back her hair. So we at that point. Now, the thing about the information, you cleared it up. This was already said. So
Yes, for sure.
when you were talking to Kaylin, Latrice was on the other end, right?
And that was my fault because at that point I feel like Tysha, it was like Kaylin was a friend of Antoinette, so she really wasn't my friend. And Tysha, at that point, we developed something like it was, that was my big sister right there. So it was kind of me trying to prove, like, girl, it is what it is. I really ain't got shit to do with it. Kaylin want to go to this blogger. That's what it is. But I did have Kaylin on three-way, and I apologize to her for that, honey. That that was low of me. Now, I admit to what I admit to, and to me, that was low because I betrayed her trust and her friendship, and that's not me as a person. But that's me, that was me in that sense, trying to prove my loyalty to somebody else that, in a sense, still betrayed me. But me and Tysha, we got past that because after the reunion, honey, when I say I didn't say a word, Tysha, I cut her ass off. It took a lot to get us back to where we were. Like, it took a lot.
So you cleared that up. You cleared up even Marie saying in response, well, she wasn't gonna ask about Tysha because Tysha was on the phone. So that's cleared up. Now she said this whole thing, Latrice is just as guilty as the person who put the false information out there. Just like a person robbing a bank, she's with them, she's going to jail, her hands are dirty. So you just explained to everybody that even people in Jackson know that this stuff was out there. Latrice didn't go to him and give him anything. It was just that.
And I think where it got messy at is, like Jackson is small. Just like she knows somebody that knew this guy. I knew somebody that knew this guy. Tysha knows somebody that knows this guy. So, I guess she felt like, hey, well, Treat, I don't even know what she was thinking, but I literally never have spoken to this guy a day in my life. Well, not prior to that, I haven't. I ain't gonna say I never spoke to him because he actually, my first time seeing him was, I think right before he went to jail. His sister came to get her hair done, and she, she was like, "Oh my God, you're Latrice or whatever. I'm on the phone with, whatever his name is." And
Yeah.
I guess, she told him to come up there, and that was literally my first time seeing him. And he was actually pleasant in person. So, regardless of all the other stuff that he did, he was pleasant in person to me that one time that I did see him.
There you go, y'all. That's cleared up. Now, at the reunion, you put out a document and gave it to Carlos, and Marie replied with the she's jealous, she's envious. But a lot of people want to know what made you pull that out.
Okay, so the receipt, we're gonna call it the receipt. So I basically got this information from someone, and I showed it to Marie at Gucci's Billboard release. I pulled her to the side. Nobody had seen this document I pulled her to the side because at this point, me and her were back, we were cordial. So I'm like, hey Marie, read this. Somebody sent it to me. If you need to get up on top of it, because I'm from the hood. Baby, if I know anything, I'm gonna be like, hey, this what's going on. You need to get on top of this. She was like, oh, I know about it already. It's handled. I was like, okay, cool. So that was the end of that document. But then fast forward to reunion, some people came to me, about two people, close to her, and was like, Marie, she's gonna come at, just be prepared, she's gonna come at you at the reunion or whatever. She got a point to prove because her past couple of episodes been kind of mild, which, I don't think her episodes been mild, but with Marie, it's always rah 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 rah. And I guess she wasn't getting that rah rah. So she felt like she had to come. So I was like, damn, we cool. So why this got to come at me? Look, go at Aikisha, somebody. Shit. Look, come up with some beef with her. So that's the reason. That was one of the reasons why I brought the receipt to the reunion. Like I said, nobody only Marie had seen this document and Carlos. Nobody else still to this day know what was in the, what the receipts were. So that was that. And I mean, she know, I know, we know what it
So,
is.
Latrice, do you feel like, because like when she wore like the George Washington wig, and then one of them they were saying looked like a He-Man wig, like she does these things, to get us to talking, and she's always like, Latrice using me for a storyline. Do you feel like because it's a conflict that she's doing that to draw people in or create a storyline?
I absolutely do. I think everything that she does, she's always talking about how calculated she is. And keep in mind, anytime this, like, I'm not, listen, I don't need you for a storyline because anytime that drama has come up, she's the one who brought the blogger up. You're the one who brought the hair situation up. Any argument starts with her. on the reunion, and this the crazy thing. Nobody knew about the blogger before the reunion. She got on the reunion and talked. And what I said, why would you give somebody a platform on your platform? The fact that she brought this man up at the reunion and nobody knew about him, I was like, girl, I ain't know why you did this. But to me, like I said, she's calculated in a sense. So everything you do, you do for a reason. I don't want a storyline about me having fucked up products. I don't want a storyline about me trying to ruin your business, because let's be honest, I didn't. I sent you clients. I tried to put money in your pocket. And she can verify that, honey. I got the emails with that in it. So don't ever try to come for me. Like, ever. Girl, listen, I can really, I'm not even gonna go there, Jay. But
Okay,
anyways,
I get it. I get
yeah.
it, man. Because I've never heard you be this vocal and speak out about it. Because she says she doesn't. So one thing I know from seeing like stuff people send me her tweets, that she's smart and she's very calculated, and I give it to her, George Washington wig and all. Now,
Yes. The thing about it is, I'm the type of person, you believe what the fuck you want to believe. I'm not vocal about stuff. I speak on the surface. This is the most vocal I've spoke out about the whole situation ever.
mhm.
I've never once talked about her business on any episodes. Now I may defend it saying, "Oh, Marie think I went, to a blogger, blah 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 blah." But if you look at any episode, I've never talked about this lady's business ever.
So there it is. Now, Carlos tried to get y'all to touch and agree to no longer talk about Bundlegate, bloggers, business allegations. Now, Marie said at that reunion, I'm not talking about it no more. Now, in her rebirth party, she also said, everything that's happened in the past, I don't want to hear it. I have to lead by example. Do you think that y'all can ever get to a point? Y'all not gonna be BFFs. That's what we
Oh,
not
of
gonna see
course not.
that. We not sure if Kim and Foxy can ever come together and be cordial. Can Latrice and Marie ever get to a cordial place where we see her again? That's my sister. Hey, beautiful. Do you think it will ever be like that?
Listen, I'm all about supporting Black women and not beefing with them. I'm always in a place to where, I can have a civil conversation with anybody. I can't be out here, fighting in the restaurant saying, call myself a mentor to, my this generation. Like, I just can't. So I'm always the one who initiate and like, okay, Marie, let's be cool. And at that point, I was not gonna shake Marie's hand because I'm over the shit right now. Like, it'll be the same thing. Like, 2 seconds we'll be cool, and then I don't know, she get an epiphany, or I don't, whatever done went through her head, and we back beefing, and I'm sitting here confused again. So I'm good on her. I'm definitely good
Now,
on her.
you asked Letitia, do you think I tried to ruin Marie? Letitia said no. Do you think
Okay.
it puts her in a hard place being friends with both of y'all and this is going on?
Oh, it definitely puts her in a hard place because, Letitia, she loves so hard. She's a real genuine person. And I wouldn't want to be in her shoes because it's kind of like, you have to choose one or the other. But, Letitia's like, both of y'all my friends. She's always trying to bring us together and trying to work it out. And I appreciate her for that. But, it takes more than Tisha. It takes more than me. I'm a forgiving person. And listen, nobody's gonna make me admit to something that I didn't do. If
Mhm.
that's what she wants, then you'll never get it. If I did it, I would say that I did it because you're not gonna get no ass here. So, you know, it doesn't
So
matter to me. But I love Letitia and I love everything that she's trying to do. I just, I guess you just have to pray on it, honey, because it doesn't seem like, it's gonna get better.
look, maybe Etsy gonna have to be with Marie at all times when you around her to just be the company.
Yes, we gonna hope Effie is around.
So Latrice has cleared that up, y'all. Latrice, I want to thank you so much for doing this with me. You did not have to do this.
Oh, no
In my last
problem.
My last question is, what do you really want people to know about you and get from you?
I mean, I just want them to know. I don't know. Basically, like, I'm a loving person. I'm a boss at any given day. I don't do mess. I don't like drama. I'm all for women entrepreneurship. Like, I'm just me. I'm just out here trying to get it like the next person.
Yes. So we
And
love
to
it.
shop Goddess Lens.
Yes, baby. Go to goddesslens.com. If you on your way to Jackson, stop in and get some top quality hair and get them edges together with that tamer, baby.
Some edges slick, honey.
Yes, Latrice. So I'm gonna tune in for the other part of the reunion. Thank you again for doing
You're
this.
welcome.
And congratulations on season 3. I can't wait to see it.
Yay. Me. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
What are you waiting for? Go to that playlist and get caught up on my Divas of Music interview segment. Take a look at the legendary divas I've interviewed.
Want to learn how to dance, anything, and you need somebody to be patient with you, this is who you call.
Who would you want to play you in a biopic of your life story?
Oh my God, I've never been asked this question. Oh my God.
We're not that type of group that was put together. Okay, we put ourselves together, so therefore that puts a different kind of seal on your relationship. Or
New Edition's manager Brooke Payne as well. So we talk about that in the book, like what happened with our journey with Brooke Payne.
It was right. It was the right, our approach to it was correct. But with Get Out, the content was, my girlfriend needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. My auntie needed to hear that. Shanika down the street needed to hear like that. That's when I was like, because every time I sang it, it was like,
thank you.
You know that organ is Donny Hathaway.
No, my gosh.
That's
what?
Donny Hathaway. Yep. Because he was on Atlantic with Aretha and he played on a lot of her stuff.
Oh my
That's Donny
gosh.
Hathaway. That's Donny.
You are a genius with your history here, Jay. You're giving me life right now today. I love this. Thank you so.
Go subscribe. Go get caught up on those videos, and more interviews are coming.